So Jim, why do you like cider?
And that is the question we intend to answer. I'm OJ Borge, and with my mate Jim, we intend to find out all about cider.
How long has cider been in production?
Cider's been made since, well, the dawn of human civilization.
And we intend to do it with cutting questions like that. But it's not all fun. We intend to do some research-based taste testing as well.
Slightly warm.
A pair of buttocks.
And for the first time ever, we'll go to a museum of our own free will. And there, we'll learn about apples.
Have you got a particular favourite?
It's a drink that's gone from a farmer's staple through the choice of teenagers and tramps in the 80s to the most sought-after summer drink, with ice. Our journey will take us from the largest cider producer in the world.
First things first, you need to put these on.
Ooh, we're going to a rave. I didn't put you down as a raver, John. I didn't at all.
You'd be surprised.
I would be surprised, you're correct.
Where we find that they have something that would put wood in even the most ardent lager drinker's pants.
It's Strongbow, and it's the largest alcoholic container in the world at 1.65 million gallons.
Which is how many pints?
Oh, 13 million perhaps, something like that.
You stood on it, that's sacrilege.
In the interest of making a thorough documentary, we felt duty-bound to test the product in a responsible way, of course.
Is this better than your wedding day? It's getting very close.
Which means we drink it in slow motion. But cider is not all about the mass market, so we find out about craft producers like Mike at Broome Farm and how he makes his award-winning ciders, who then had to go and spoil our jolly by mentioning the W word.
Before you go and try the ciders, I'm afraid you have to do some work.
Work?
Yes, work.
So I'm taking then, if you're going to go round an orchard, it's best not to be in plimsolls. Do you pick yourself?
Yeah, I do.
You do? You get your hands dirty?
I absolutely do, yeah.
You don't stand there directing,
No,
going,
no.
you there, that tree.
Oh, that reminds me, OJ. Can you remember where I parked my bike?
Shut it.
I'm just getting to the full stage with my bucket, quite proud. Didn't take that long, actually.
Didn't take that long, I'd just like to point out mine's full.
We find out about the latest apple gathering technology.
So Mike, I've managed to appropriate, what's it called?
The panking pole.
The panking pole. Why is it called
Yeah.
the panking pole?
I think it's just the term that you use for knocking apples off the trees, panking.
For instance.
Yeah, like that. Pank. Yeah. I'll get it. Basically, that's right.
It's like a game of fetch with your cider-based mate. Here, Jim. Pank.
How do they rate as cider pickers?
I can't even remember their names.
And learn just how you get the apples to turn into underpant loosening scrumpy.
I shouldn't have worn my good jeans.
Jim, do what I'm doing, my friend, and the apples will come out the bottom.
OK, let's have it. Oh, yeah.
Oh, look at that big appley horse he's taking a wee. The difference is, I'd drink that, and I wouldn't with a horse.
It's not what I've heard.
Well.
And just for the record, did you know that drinking cider will up the ante on your eco-bling? We have proof.
These days people are very conscious of food miles and local produce and supporting local businesses, and cider is dependent in the UK on bittersweet cider apples which are grown here in the UK.
Every farm made cider in this area, and their social life revolved around the cider cellars years ago. And so we've kind of recreated it.
So this isn't just something you did, this is a tradition?
It is a tradition. We've just recreated it. It's not like we've done it forever, but we've been doing it for the last 20 years.
Do you ever get pissed trying cider? You know when you're trying to get the right blend, do you ever just get shit-faced?
Only very occasionally.
I love the hoots of derision.
We get the golden ticket season pass as we visit cider producers across the country for that wonka moment when we can throw ourselves into a lake of cider or get a job as an Oompa Loompa. Jim, have you ever had a spray tan?
No. Pass me the company thong, I shall give it a go.
Anyway, back to the tasting and the toasting and more facts from Gabe at Weston's.
Yeah, we're the home of cider. Cider was invented in the early 17th century by Lord Scudamore a few miles away at Home Lacey House. This is the absolute heartland, and this is where the biggest producer in the world is Bulmers are from, so...
I'll drink to that.
To Mr. Weston.
To Henry Weston.
Henry Weston.
To good summer.
To a good summer.
And Henry Weston.
And Henry.
Yeah.
This is how a lot of cider was made, especially going back centuries, in the bottle conditioning. In order to preserve it, they weren't pasteurising, they weren't doing any kind of filtration.
The champagne method?
Champagne method, basically. And the story goes that actually this area of the UK, and especially a few miles away in the Forest of Dean, was actually where the champagne method was invented about 6 years before it was devised in the Champagne region.
The French stole it?
Absolutely.
To Henry Weston.
To Henry
Weston.
Yeah.
To Henry Weston?
To Henry Weston. This is one of your 5 fruit and veg a day.
Is it? So how many bottles of this do I need to drink for my 5 fruit and veg?
I'd say 5 and everyone's happy.
It's the way to do it.
5 bottles.
To 5 bottles.
To 5 bottles in Henry Weston.
I'm a cider enthusiast, but there is no way I'd have believed all that stuff was going on around cider.
No, it's the culture, the lifestyle. I'm jealous of the life they've got making that drink. And I feel we've only just scratched the surface. I hope we can find out more. In fact, what have you got on for the next few weeks?
Nothing much, really.
You got any clean underwear with you?
A few, a couple.
Yeah? Do you mind if I borrow a pair?
Maybes.
Excellent. Fancy a pint?
Yeah, I do.
Cider, sweet as apple cider, sweeter than all I know. Come out in silvery moon.